The brand new F1 23 game was released on the 16th of this month, just last Friday. I've been able to play this game for nearly 2 weeks now, and I've racked up over 50 hours playing this game. So I thought it was time I would give my opinions on the game and give a full review of the brand new F1 23 game. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, make sure you do subscribe. We do a lot of gaming content, especially on the F1 23 game, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Now, there are some points that I want to go over first. That I did receive a free copy of the game because I'm part of EA content creators, but that in no way shapes my thoughts and my opinions on this game whatsoever. I'm going to be as brutal and honest as I feel that I should be. So we're going to put it into categories. First off being good points of the game, second being bad points of the game, and third being breaking points of the game. It's not essentially that they're breaking the game, for example, but there are bugs and there's quite a few, and I do feel that in the long term it could potentially have breaking points. Please get the reference, I've said it about 3 times now. So let's start with the good points. The first one is handling. Handling is so much better on this game than it ever was on 22. Traction is so good. You'll probably find yourself turning TC off very easily. The handling is much more welcoming for newer players while still giving the older players and the pro players a little bit of a challenge. However, I would say if you're Jana Watmir, you're probably going to find this game a little bit on the easy side. The brakes have also had a change. It's now more easy to lock up, and running 50 brake bias is no longer a thing. You will literally just lock up the rears if you stick it on 50. There's also marbles off the racing line, meaning if you go offline, you will pick up marbles and they will obviously start to affect your grip. So whilst the traction is easier, there are other areas of the handling model that have been made slightly harder just to keep you in line. For pad players, you will notice some really good improvements. Turning in is more quicker, and feeling when the car is about to spin, you are definitely more able to catch it. It feels much more closer to playing on a wheel than it ever has, so there are definitely some brilliant improvements. Story mode is another great point. We're back to the story mode which we were last start in 2021. Breaking Point 2 is a brilliant addition to F1 23. Following on from 2021 with the brand new team Connor Sport, Devon and Aiden are back again with a new driver ready to take over, Callie. I absolutely love that there's a female driver in F2 dominating and she comes into the story mode. You know I'm gonna love that. The cutscenes are so good. It's amazing to see how they've improved graphically in just a couple of years. I love to see story mode back, and I really feel it adds value to the game. F1 World definitely brings something new to F1, giving you daily and weekly challenges. The F1 car having to get your tech level more so you can challenge other people and your friends. It definitely gives another level of value compared to the F1 22 game. And the updated ranked mode is definitely something that I could see myself continuing to use throughout the game's life. The AI has definitely had an improvement this game. No longer will you be pushed out of their way, but it still retains its difficulty without pushing its luck. Also, strategically, they are definitely making better choices. You're not going to see a 3 or 4 stop strategy, for example. And it makes it far more challenging on my team and in Grand Prix mode. So definitely a good improvement for AI. Now moving on to the bad points. Red Flags was announced coming back to the game after a long break, and it was hyped up so much and everyone was so excited. However, it doesn't work properly. Since I've had the game, the review copy, which is nearly 2 weeks, Red Flags haven't worked. Now, they do work in a sense that you can put them on and they will, if an accident happens or there's a backup of cars, the red flag will come out. However, the race is calculated by totaling up the lap times at the end of the race. However, the game includes the laps before the red flag and the red flag laps. meaning you will probably lose the position that you thought you had at the end of the race. It is so frustrating because this was such a good thing to add and they hyped it up so much, and on its release it just doesn't work. It's unplayable because it just ruins the whole outcome of the Grand Prix. So my suggestion is to not switch it on. EA are very aware that there is a problem. Apparently there is a fix and hopefully it will come in the next patch. F1 Worlds. The challenges are just too easy. The AI in the events, the races to help you gain new parts, feel like the AI is at 5. I did one race where I was 30 seconds ahead at the end of it, and that was after an 18 lap race. It's making it far too easy to upgrade your car. There's not really a challenge and it can get a little boring. Another thing with F1 World that it's a really nitpicky thing, when you get new parts, and trust me, you will be flooded with new parts, you have to accept every one of them individually. Now, if you get a good 20-30 new parts, which could potentially happen, you have to go through each one of them individually, accepting them. That's annoying. We need an accept all. So the game has brought a new license style which goes off your safety rating. Play ranked, open lobbies, they can all help improve your safety rating. But again, it's too easy. When you start in ranked, all the cars are ghosted, meaning no contact can be made. You rank up, and even when ghosting is off, as long as you stay on the track, you don't go off, you'll receive a clean lap and it will grade you up. And that also helps with the safety rating, meaning you can go into an open lobby with an A license very, very quickly. The other problem is that you can force someone off track, be it on purpose or accidentally in my case. And as long as you don't go off the track or go over track limits, basically, you'll still get a clean lap. So when it comes to open lobbies, for example, and you set your lobby open to A grade license only, you cannot guarantee that that driver is going to be clean. Story modes. I hate to put this in here, but it's too easy. Even on hard mode, it's easy. It was just a little flat. I'm not that excited to continue on in the story mode. There was no red flags, which I thought we would have seen somewhere. There was just no variety to what can happen. It was basically the same thing. You start, 15th and you have to get into the top 10. The AI are not very challenging. The story doesn't really differ. It's just a bit meh. Now, don't get me wrong, the cutscenes are fantastic and it's great to have more in the game. It adds value, but it's just not something that grabbed me and made me want to continue to play. The sticker book. I don't need to say anything about this. No one wanted a sticker book. It's great for nostalgia, but realistically, it's just a bit of a waste of time. I haven't touched it once. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if other people have. Some people might find it interesting. However, I just think it's just not for me. And my team. Nothing has changed. I mean, the office looks a little bit different, but nothing's changed. And I get it, they added F1 World, they've got the story mode, but because of the bugs, it kind of makes the new bits to the game a bit worthless. If they were all working properly, if we had red flags in properly, if everything just worked, I probably wouldn't be as bothered about my team. But the story mode isn't really that interesting, and probably after about 7 or 8 hours you will have completed it. You will naturally go to my team and play, and there's just nothing new. And it kind of made me a little bit sad. But hopefully next year, new game cycle, we should have some differences, a bit of an upgrade to my team. And finally, Breaking Point. Oh, it's not Breaking Point. I just wanted to use the pun, but it's bugs that could potentially stop you from purchasing the game. Now, the first thing I wanted to say about the F1 23 game is that the game's engine, the very heart of the game, is from F1 2021. It's still in that game cycle where it's come from 21, 22 and now to 23. Some of the bugs, in fact most of the bugs that were in 22, you'll probably still find them here in 23. For example, the friend glitch is still there. If you have over 120 friends on EA or on your console, for example, your friends list won't show up. Ghosting doesn't seem to work properly online. Even when the cars look ghosted, they still can make contact. I've had players being kicked from lobbies for no reason. Audio sounds in the story mode are all over the place. The cutscenes and the audio will be really, really low. Cars in different modes are not consistent at all. F1 World and Story mode, for example, the cars seem to bottom out, and the handling is much different from time trial to multiplayer. Some cars hit the rev limiter, which sounds horrendous. God, this list is pretty long, Jesus Christ. Safety car and formation lap is disabled on 25% races. That is a bug, it's not meant to be in there, that is a problem. Going back to story mode, if you get to chapter 7, some people are getting stuck and have to reset the game. There's frame drop rates during night races. Driving out of the garage, in the 11th garage at Monaco, the AI will crash. So for 2-player career, there's the equal car glitch, which means that if you come from Grand Prix mode or online mode or whatever mode you're playing and you're playing equal cars, 2-player career mode will automatically set to that. The only way that we're able to fix it is if you go into like Grand Prix mode or open lobbies or something and you select realistic performance and then go back in to career mode, 2-player career mode, it should come up realistic, but it's not guaranteed. And the sprint tyre glitch is there as well from 2-player career mode from F1 22. If you do a sprint race, when you go over to the full race, you won't have your selection of tyres that you should have. Creating a second career save with F2 causes the game to crash. The virtual rear view mirror, there is a glitch with that, and I can tell you that that rear view mirror is very dark. It is practically unseeable. Honestly, it's very, very dark and it is a glitch. The qualifying glitch on my team, where the team expect you to be 2 to 3 seconds faster than everyone else, that's still there, unfortunately. And the one that I'm really, really worried about is that some Logitech wheels are having force feedback issues. And the reason why I'm having concerns about this is because on the last game on F1 22, we had a similar problem with Fanatec wheels, and a patch was made to update them about 2 weeks after the game was actually released, and it destroyed the handling model. And that is definitely a breaking point for me. If they mess with the handling again and it's as bad as 22, it's something that I won't be playing. I just could not get to grips with it. It was so bad that I just didn't enjoy playing it, and it would just be a complete I'm not playing this game anymore. Now, just to make people aware, EA are aware of the majority of these glitches because EA content creators like myself and you guys at home are going to the forum and you are letting them know. Now, there is a patch due, however, we don't have a date and we don't know what it's going to be patching, but they're aware and they are going to repair. Hopefully. Would I recommend buying this game? Look, if you played F1 22 throughout the bad handling, throughout the bugs, if you had to re-enter a league race 4 times because the lobby kept glitching out, and you just want to play an F1 game that has good handling and has everything that you want to have in it, and you can accept them bugs because you did with 22, buy the game. You will enjoy it. I enjoy it. Even with the bugs, even though they're frustrating, even though I can't invite my friends because I have to delete friends, I still enjoy it. The handling model is the big winner of this game. It's what's changed it. If they had come with the same handling model as 22, I would have been telling you not to buy the game. Now, if you are a new player to Formula One, if you enjoy watching Formula One, you want to get as close as you can to playing Formula One without purchasing iRacing. If you want to enjoy a racing game, buy F1 2020 and wait for the bugs to be fixed. Because as a new player, you're going to find them frustrating. You're going to find going into a game and not being able to activate red flags annoying. You're going to find it annoying not to be able to find your friends list. You're going to find it annoying that the glitch at Monaco, if you're in the 11th team, forces you to go into a wall. You're going to be frustrated that you've potentially paid £90 for a game that doesn't work completely. And for that reason, I would hold off. I would buy a cheap copy of F1 2020 and play that and enjoy it because that game works and the handling model is perfect, and I would wait and see what EA does, what they patch and how quickly they patch it. It's not a bad game, but it's just frustrating that a lot of the things that they've brought in to make the game more attractive doesn't really work as well as it should. Now guys, if you do find any bugs, anything that isn't working properly, make sure to pop it in the comment section. And also let me know your opinions on the game. Everyone has an opinion, yours will probably be different from mine. Let me know if you're enjoying the game, what you enjoy about it. If you have enjoyed this video, please do click like, it really helps with the algorithm. Make sure to subscribe and I will be back very soon with more F1 23.